Well, that's an interesting question. I think most attorneys get out of law school and they just kind of assume they're going to be in the courtroom. That's what you think of when, at least when I went to law school, that's what we all thought of. And I came out of law school and joined a very large law firm, Holland and Knight. And they, interestingly, at the time had a system where new lawyers would rotate into 3 different areas of the practice. You'd spend a year in corporate, a year in real estate, and a year in litigation. And I started off in litigation, so I was happy with that because I assumed that's what I would do and what I wanted to do. And it was okay. I liked being in the courtroom, but I quickly found out that litigation in this day and age is mostly about depositions and pretrial and hearings, and your actual time in the courtroom is pretty scarce, particularly as a young lawyer. And so I wasn't entirely thrilled with that, and then I went into corporate and tax and probate and that kind of thing, and I liked that. Did that for a year or so, and thought this was interesting to me. And then I rotated into real estate, which was the one area that I thought I'd never want to practice in. It sounded kind of boring and unexciting, and once I got into it, I found that I really liked it. And I guess it's partly because that was where I had ended up in my rotation, and at about that time is when I left and started my own law firm. And so I then had the opportunity for a short period of time to practice in virtually every area of the law. When you're a young lawyer and starting your own law firm, you take anything that comes in the door. So I was doing domestic and tax and probate and wills and real estate, you name it, litigation. But I always found that the real estate cases were more interesting to me, and I think there's 2 reasons for that. One is it's like a puzzle. Most real estate deals that you're involved with are putting together a lot of pieces of a big picture and bringing them all together, and I enjoy that aspect of it. And the other is it usually involves developing or building something. I mean, sometimes if you buy an existing apartment complex or office building or something, that's already there. But even then, you're creating a new entity, a new investment for somebody. And on the true development side of real estate, you start from raw dirt and you end up with a beautiful shopping center or apartment complex or office building. And to just be instrumental in bringing that kind of progress to fruition is something I found that I really, really enjoyed. And so as time went on and as you become more sophisticated in your practice, if to have the kind of clients that you want, you kind of have to begin to become an expert in something, and I found that just came very naturally for me, and that for whatever reason, a lot of my business and clients that were coming in had real estate transactions. And so I just undertook to really learn that and make that my area of expertise, and as a result, that's really what I've ended up doing. Now, one of the advantages of doing it the way I did it, though, is because I was a solo practitioner for a while, and because of Holland and Knight's rotation that they did early on in my career, I was able to have a pretty good exposure to virtually every area of the law. And so a real estate lawyer will often encounter other areas of the law, like you may be doing a transaction where somebody's buying or selling property out of a probate, so you need to understand probate, or coming out of bankruptcy, so you need to understand a little bankruptcy, or you may be helping someone who's had some property that at some point in the past came out of a dissolution of marriage. And so the more you understand about all these other areas of the law, the better of a real estate lawyer you are. And if you understand litigation, you're better off too, because if you have a real estate deal that starts to fall apart and the parties are threatening each other with litigation, you're qualified to say, well, this is what will happen if you go into litigation. So, but real estate came naturally to me. I liked it. I think it was a good decision, and I've enjoyed practicing as a real estate lawyer.